But let me review, if I can remember. We talked about leadership. They've got to change and model the change. And we work on the relationship between the CEO or the top executive and his or her team. Number 2, we help an internal change agent become a star. Next, we create a design team. And they own it. And they get better at doing it every year. Next, we have the event. Okay? Next, we get engagement of the entire system. Okay? And now I'm going to talk about some of the support factors. But first, what I want to say is that this is not the gospel. It's my gospel. It's my truth. Okay? There are many solutions, and you all have to invent your own. You all have to learn from me and take what you can to design your own. Now, if you really want to work with me and Dr. Lou, we'll give you an extensive, elaborate certificate that's going to take years to get. Well, we'll work right alongside with you, okay, for a few weeks at a time to get the engine started. Okay, we want to do this in China because we know it's going to have a big impact, as it is in another country. Right now, the entire legislature uses a large group process to meet. And when I started it there with David Cooperrider, one brother killed the other brother in the government to get control. And so find your own way how to do this. The future, I believe, is whole and large. We need to reach all associates. We need to reach all customers. I'll just give you one story. The critical mass had shifted, and against my advice, they said we're going to engage all 5,000 people in a transformation experience, and we're going to do it for one day. I says, well, you'll never get transformation in one day. Well, I was presenting at LinkedIn with my internal team, okay, and my external team, Jen Todd and Gina, who I was giving this learning to, and we got a message, I forget how, a call, I guess, from Ginger, and she says, we've just created transformation in one day. And it says, well, how do you know? Well, we had standing ovation, we had a release of energy that was incredible, and so on, etc. And they were able to put a design together to make that all happen in one day. Why? Because the critical mass had shifted, and the organization was already coming in anticipating marvelous, wonderful things to happen, and they had already been experiencing a great cultural change. Okay? Then I'm going to talk about results of one. This is EADS, largest defense company in the world. I had all the CIOs of all together, and the CEO of EADS told me when I came to another visit that the CEO said, you've just quieted all the system noise and grumpiness and gripiness and tension and conflict that we've been having for years. Okay? That CIO just became CIO of Germany this last year. And he said in his Dutch language that I had to have translated that it was because he was able to engage his people. How's that for results and engagement? Oh, and another one I have to say, Gallup poll. I don't believe in the large survey things. I just said that in LinkedIn, okay? But in this case, many were given throughout the organization because that's the way that HR keeps the track and control of everything. And the one that my division business unit that we worked in went to #1 engagement of all, and it had the greatest response rate, and that HR group also asked for the top change efforts in their organization, and then they judge them and give awards, recognition. Why not? Great thing to do. My system had 3 of the top 10. We're talking hundreds, and they had the #1. That's results.